Welcome to the Crypto Podcast. You can find all our episodes on the cryptopodcast.org. Find everything about me. Scan the QR code. You'll find my 6 podcasts or go to icon.com. And I've got 2 school groups, one on podcasting and another one on brain fitness. And if you're looking for virtual assistants, go to va.org. My guest is the former executive director at Web3 Armenia, where she helped to grow a thriving Web3 ecosystem to over 20 companies and 40 experts. Now active as Web3 Global Marketing Advisor at Asterium, she helps build Central Asia's regulated crypto backbone. From Uzbekistan, which is the first time ever for this show, please welcome Meta Ghambaryan. Did I pronounce it properly?
That's correct, Roy. Thank you very much. Thank you for the introduction. It will be my pleasure to tell you more about the country of Uzbekistan and also the Web3 field that is growing here.
Okay, let's talk about the country first, because I've been to, 40 or more countries, and I'd love to visit every single country in the world.
Just like me, just as me. So for me, Uzbekistan is also a new country. It's a country in Central Asia. By the way, it's a new tourist attraction. It's a destination that a lot of tourists come here. And it's new for everyone. When you say, I want to go to Asia, you imagine first China, Japan, Korea. But this is Central Asia. This is Uzbekistan, a very hospitable country with a very nice culture, old infrastructure, culture, and also it's a growing hub for tech innovations, which is pretty new here, like let's say last 5 years. First time I've been to Uzbekistan was nomination of Women in Tech, Women in Web3. So I was nominated in the Caucasus and Central Asia region. I came here, spent beautiful 5 days, and I wasn't expecting what I saw in Uzbekistan, in Tashkent. Tashkent is the capital city. It's beautiful, it's sunny, it's very hospitable. The food is amazing.
Now, what size is it actually? What's the population of that country?
So the population is about 40 million. So it's not a small country, let's say.
Yeah, similar to Poland. Yeah.
Yes, and it's rapidly growing. Let's say it's a rapidly developing, growing country.
Excellent. So, where are you from originally?
I'm from Armenia. That's a smaller country with almost 4 million population. Let's say here is 10 times higher. And I was working in Armenia as a Web3 marketer last 5 years. I've been hunted to grow the community in Uzbekistan by Asterium, because let's say Armenia has a more developed tech and Web3 community. We've done it, we've grown it from zero at Web3 Armenia Foundation, and it is still there to help to onboard newcomers to the Caucasus region. But for me, it was a challenge to come and see how I can be helpful to grow a new community from zero again. So that's my challenge.
And the name of the company, does it mean anything, or where does it come about?
Let's say Asterium, as the word by itself means, it's reaching to the stars, some galaxy stars, and we are reaching to the highest position in the market locally, and of course ambitions to grow internationally. That's why Asterium.
Okay. So I mentioned at the start the Armenian, the executive director of Web3. So maybe just touch on what you were doing for that, showing your experience, and then we go into the new company.
For sure. In Web3 Armenia Foundation, that's more of a consulting hub for new startups, tech startups, who have a Web3 component in their startup. We do, let's say, from consulting to helping them to pitch, to find a network. We were there to work with the government. regulations are put in Armenia just this year, and let's say not the best. They are already past the government, so central bank is doing the regulations in Armenia. We work with them to make them more friendly to Web3 startups, to crypto by itself, but unfortunately, it is a very harsh environment because the central bank by itself is putting more pressure on crypto rather than welcoming it in Armenia. So we're trying to make it as friendly as possible for our community. We were doing not only consulting, but education. To be more specific, we've done a bachelor's degree of Web3 and cryptocurrencies in Armenia with the Polytech University of Armenia. So in university level as well, we've succeeded in making this bachelor's program, and just being available 24/7 for our community. It will be by Telegram, it could be by a phone, it could be during the offline meetings we were doing, so on, let's say. And it's a small country, small community, so everyone would know me by, let's say, my hair as well. They would say, "Oh, you're Web3 Meta," which phrase is like a very global phrase. So I really liked that, and moved to Uzbekistan to be the Web3 Meta for this new community as well.
I'm just curious, like when you're moving from Armenia to Uzbekistan, do you have like, because a lot of people, like I'm in Europe, so I'm not too bad, don't have the same thing, but anyone from the States or even now from the UK, because it's kind of gone out of the EU, they have this thing 90 days and they have to leave for a day. And even people that I know that go to, Thailand and stuff like that, they have the same thing. Do you have to deal with that crap, or are you able to actually just go there and stay in the place?
No, actually, it wasn't very hard to move because it's in the same continent, let's say, first of all. But the cultures is pretty different. Let's say starting from cultural background as a religious background, Armenia is a Christian country, Uzbekistan is a Muslim country by itself. But for me, I would see a lot of similarities between our countries, between the people. They are very welcoming, very hospitable. They are there for you to help in any case. For example, I just came here, I didn't know anyone. They welcomed me with great excitement, like we're very excited to see a person who already has done, let's say, not much in this field, and they were very excited to learn, and how they were referring, let's say, "Oh, you should go try this pilaf, you should go try this barbecue, it's very tasty, you should go see this and that." It was very comfortable, very exciting. So there is a tendency for a lot of expats to come to technological companies in Uzbekistan. Let's say all the fintech companies are hiring expats, which has been the trend last 2 or 3 years. And I'm sure these experts will come and share their expertise with the locals, and the locals are going to become very, very good professionals because they are very hungry to learn. They are very open to learn, and they are very open to new challenges, which is very exciting for me as a professional too.
And, with the way kind of regulation and everything, I mean, just talking to even some previous guests as well, when they've got kind of blockchain companies, like even Stripe, a lot of the payment systems don't work with them. It's like they're really trying to shut them out. I mean, I know that most of the banks are kind of, I think it's the Rothschilds own most of them, even Ireland and I believe Poland as well. Most of the banks aren't owned by the country themselves, which most people don't even know. So how has it evolved, and like what way is it? Because I think like just prior to recording that, they were kind of against blockchain technology, crypto, and it's just switched. So you might just kind of take us through that journey.
Yes, of course. I think that's the pinpoint of our interview, because what I've seen so far in any country that I worked and they are partnered with, I've done a lot of research with regulation, what's going on in the world. Nothing like Uzbekistan is happening anywhere in the world. The welcomeness of the new technology, of blockchain, of cryptocurrencies, onboarding cryptocurrencies to everyday life in Uzbekistan is perfect. I'm saying perfect because they have a different governmental agency. It's not central bank, a governmental agency, which is called National Agency of Prospective Projects, that by itself says that they are welcoming prospective projects and they are viewing cryptocurrencies as crypto assets as a prospective project. And they have done very nice legislation licensing system for crypto assets, for blockchain products. And it is written very smartly. It has a lot of background from different countries. They have used the expertise, the best use cases, the expertise of the best use cases and regulations. Let's say we know Singapore, we know UAE, right? And it is a symbiosis between banks and crypto assets. How it goes, like for example, Asterium has 3 licenses from NAPP, the National Agency of Prospective Projects. We have a crypto exchange license, we have a crypto shop license, and we have a crypto exchange, crypto shop, and crypto depository. So it is covering all financial background of crypto assets, so you can use it freely. And there is a lot of projects that Asterium is building to make it 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps closer to the end user, to somebody who has just their phone. They can use it and they can pay everywhere with crypto assets freely, and nobody will come after you. I know that couple of years ago in Uzbekistan wasn't the most friendliest country for crypto assets. People are still, my users, when I talk to them, they're still a bit worried. What if I use crypto asset? What if I do this transaction? Will it be shown there, here? Will it be a problem? I say, no, we're licensed. We're fully licensed. You can use it freely.
And because, a lot of the way the West is operated and how they there's a lot of countries that are on the blacklist. Oh, these countries are bad. And I'm just curious how this operates here. 1, that it's a Muslim country. 2, like say Iran, Syria, all ones that are X-listed, because they make it look like the whole population is bad. And how I find it, like one guy was telling me, he was like, his mother, their washing machine broke and he couldn't send the money. They were trying to use MoneyGram or what. And, which is terrible. I mean, so are these countries allowed to use this as well, as in the people in these countries?
Let's say that it is very stereotypical. People think of, let's say, what they say Muslim country, and they imagine a country where there is no financial freedom. Uzbekistan is something else. Here, you are very allowed to use your financial freedom. It's not only about crypto assets, but it's about also any digital currency. Let's say fiat digital currency. The banking system is growing. They are digitalizing. They are going to neo banking. They're really, really working on it to make more tech oriented the country, because here the industrial revolution happened earlier, but the financial, let's say, the true financial revolution is still happening. We're in the source of it at the moment, and we are building an ecosystem, not only, let's say, a wallet or an exchange. We're building ecosystem. We have our own blockchain. We have digital token, which ambition is to become a digital currency, national currency, as a crypto asset. And we are building, let's say, crypto acquiring, where everyone can just scan a QR code and don't think about what's going on under the financial tech part, and just pay with crypto easily because it's legal.
Because I know Estonia wanted to do their own, but it's like, because they have the residency of the company based there, but like I think the EU blocked that and they stopped it. So I think seeing that, but at the other side of the thing, then people are faring kind of, the digital system where they just turn off the tap. But I mean, if the blockchain is done properly, they don't really have access to it. I mean, yeah, if you leave it on a system, yeah, they can. If we compare it to like the other ones, Binance, now, like I see you do the know your customer. Is that just for the country itself, or is that shared internationally?
So the ambition of Asterium is to become an international product. For example, we are building a symbiosis between banks. So let's say in less than 2 or 3 months, people can go to an ATM, any kind of ATM, which is a bank ATM, and deposit their fiat, and it will be momentarily turned into crypto. So this experience we will try to set up here, and this experience we want to take out. We are planning to be an international brand. So the problem of other brands that are building right now is the regulations. For example, something in Europe with a MiCA regulation can't have this project with ATM. Probably they cannot build something that will be available, already tested and well tested with the potential of, let's say, 20 million market, right? With a big market. It will be tested. So we are going to test it in Uzbekistan to become globally known as an international brand who has tested a lot of interesting and a lot of, let's say, revolutionary crypto products, and take it as already fair, good product to the rest of the world.
And because I mean, there is like ATM crypto machines, but they take here it's 3.5-4%. But I've talked to people that it was up to 8% at one stage. And I mean, the reality is, like, if you look at, say, Revolut, if I transfer money to you, instant, and they're not fleecing you, unlike a lot of the platform. Is this something that will be kind of like a fraction of a percentage, or are they? Do you know kind of what kind of percentage? If people use that system?
I will not mention any percentages at the moment, but let's say we have an ambition to become a sustainable competitor to Revolut in international market.
Okay, brilliant. Okay.
I think that's
Yeah. But because the thing is, if you actually do a review and stuff like that, Revolut have a very bad ratings and stuff like that. I mean, I've been using it for years. So I did have a problem with them because I sold property and they froze my account for like over 2 months. I had to send them a notary act, which I think is insane. I shouldn't have to send them a notary act. It's none of their business, But yeah, it was the only way.
There is no point to use a product that it's based on a crypto assets, but it's a banking product. So you have to give them the source of your funds, a lot of documentation, bureaucracy. Of course, we are following the patterns that are written in our regulation, in our license, but we are helping the regulatory to make the regulation, so the product can live by itself. So it will be available for people who are using it, not just write regulation and not just write a product, but the symbiosis of these two. So that it's working.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds to me like with the card, using a card and everything, it's simplifying, because the problem is, I mean, when you're using, the wallets, the ledger one, I don't know, actually, it's kind of like people are afraid, and then even you famous people like Mark Cuban from Shark Tank, doing a try getting caught, and it's like loads of people, they send this, and it either a spammer or they make a mistake and it goes to ether and stuff like that, and the thing is, it's hard to teach the older generation that, because there's the fear. Whereas if you're simplifying this, I mean, everyone can go in, create the account, transfer the money and have it. And then if they're able to use it like a normal account, like you said, the Revolut kind of thing, if it's done like that, then people understand it. They just top it up when they need it if they have it somewhere else. But I'm not sure if what's the actual, is there any kind of insurance on it? Because banks, they tell you it's like, most countries it's like 100,000 max. 50,000 is kind of the limit. And even at that, I've mentioned it before, I don't think you'll ever even see a sausage of that if something goes wrong, because anytime anything goes wrong, governments don't care about you. It's like, so what about this? Is this kind of the same thing, that you kind of keep it in a hard wallet and only transfer it across? Or is there some sort of government kind of protection and insurance for it?
So just give you an example, what our digital token is, the Humo token. It is connected with government bonds. It is backed up with government bonds. So we're very closely working to making sure that if anything happens, there is no risk. There is no risk for our user. We're very sure of our technical side of the product, like the blockchain itself. We are very sure about our resources, like liquidity we got. So I don't think that's going to be any risk or problems. To go back to the other question you said, so I think the problem of other countries that with the regulatory system is that they have built a lot of Web3 tech products, like very revolutionary ones, and then the regulation came and wanted to regulate what's already built, right? And it is very hard because until now, no regulation knows how to regulate blockchain technologies by itself. I learned it the hard way. I know how it works with my previous experience. But here is the positive part is that these regulations and the products are building simultaneously to each other. They're helping each other rather than trying to put pressure on the product so it won't work, which I've seen in my previous experiences, which I've seen that pressure comes from central bank regulatory system, from MiCA regulatory system, which is in Europe. So.
And when a country decides to kind of create this and try to get the people to adopt, how is it done in such a way that, is there like a limited amount, like kind of Bitcoin, the so-called 21 million, or have they the ability to keep doing it? And my fear there is because everything's connected to the fiat system. They have their printing press, and then they can still manipulate markets. They can increase, inflation keeps going. So my thoughts for how a whole system can be changed is that you use a crypto system, everyone gets, say, 1 million, but then it's tracked so that one individual can't be a trillionaire or, worth so much that it's, a combination of a few people that would have shares in that company. Whereas no matter what you set up, if I've got my printer here, I just can go in and buy that. Is there any way to stop that, or do you know how that can be controlled?
So let me say that the only perfect use case of cryptocurrency, crypto asset itself, is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the first. Bitcoin is the most decentralized one. And I think the white paper of Bitcoin is the most perfect way, because it was just the first one. People just didn't know that there is, for example, for Ethereum, there is Vitalik Buterin, there are smart contracts, etc. They just started to believe in the ideology of it. So they started to use it. So it's already so much decentralized that nobody can, let's say, turn off Bitcoin, right? But for the project like ours, for the project that are growing right now, to be well aware that they're not going to print as much as they want without any value to it, is to see where the projects comes from, who are the people who are working for this project, which government, which community, which organization is backed up. So for the Asterium in Uzbekistan, it is very clear that they are working with the highest level of commitment. So if this project fails, that means the whole country's Web3 system fails. That's how much pressure and responsibility is put on us. So we're not going anywhere. We're growing. We're building till the end our ecosystem. We're trying to show the world that Uzbekistan is becoming one of the first ones in this matter. So it's not only an organization; it's the whole responsibility, whole authority of the country. I'm not afraid to say that.
And I mean, if we look, I think El Salvador was the first kind of country to adopt, the Bitcoin, and I'm not sure what way it went with other countries. With security then, because, we're hearing all this kind of cyber security and everything. I mean, it's usually the bad boys are actually doing it and then come along with the solution. But what way are they actually, how does a person kind of feel safe with this?
Okay, so as per the end user, is the regulation or the licensing. So the licensing by itself makes you very responsible to have your own security. As per technological part, we've been working with the international teams they had already done this couple of times. So it's not just people who are not well aware of blockchain technologies and came and just made another centralized exchange. Actually, this is a centralized exchange. This is not decentralized. So the DeFi products, we're still working on just onboarding our users to centralized solutions and then going to other more complicated, more, for DeFi solutions after that. But for security, I will say that because we are taking this very seriously, we are doing our best to have the expertise, the best of the best expertise from international market, from the markets that have succeeded in this.
And with, say, BRICS, because I see like all the different countries now, Russia and all them, can you see there being a cryptocurrency connected with them?
What can I say about the neighbor countries? We're trying to be to make the financial flow more free for the countries who have this kind of problems. But again, because this is in a sandbox, in this regulatory system, we're trying to be very, very responsible and very attached to especially for what licenses we have. But we are working on helping make the international trade in crypto assets through Central Asia more easier. Neighbor countries, Kazakhstan and Tajikistan, they're trying to build their own Web3 ecosystems too. I know that Kazakhstan, Binance is very interested in Kazakhstan. They're trying to open their hub. Some of the neighbor countries are trying to buy Bitcoin as their as a government depository, right? As government bonds. But we are building not only concentrating, let's say, on mining or on one part of the problem. We're concentrating on making it available for people to use, not like bring money into the country, not only, but for people to use, to know what it is to have the financial freedom of crypto assets.
And I mean, like with the different cryptocurrencies, but what's the situation then regarding meme coins and NFTs? Is that something that's not for us?
For example, when we're sitting with the product managers, with our company, we're thinking about making NFT marketplaces for the artists to tokenize their art. We're thinking about the banks to tokenize gold, let's say, to help them to onboard all the financial systems to us. But it is still we need to educate people how to use a very simple wallet, crypto card, which we already have, and after that try to onboard them to other assets, real world asset tokenization, like real estate use cases, very nice use case here, which will be coming, I'm sure. Gold tokenization is a very nice asset for this country to have in future, and we are working on it. Where we know our roadmap is very broad, and we have, let's say, we have no limiting imagining what will work and what will not work. So we're still in a very, very start phase, but our ambition and imagination is beyond the limit, let's say. So we have these use cases. We see that there is a need to do this, and we are planning. We are moving forward. We're making, let's say, we're going to be a neo crypto bank in future and have all the positions for people to use.
And I mean, another one of my pet peeves is the likes of PayPal and different things like that. Are you, because I mean, I think their days are kind of limited, and when they see what's going on here, if this gets mass adoption, why would I mean, I hate that. Sometimes I have to use them, but sometimes they can take up to 10%, which is like, the reality is if the same amount is shared around, they're taking the full amount after 10 goes sometimes, like, and it's sad. And unfortunately, and same with Western Union and things like that, like, they're crucifying people. Are you getting, because I mean, at the end of the day, everybody wants to hold on to their deck of cards. Are they trying to, or can they do anything?
Let's say everybody wants to earn money, right? Like at the end of the day, we're a commercial organization. But why I was working in a non-commercial organization, foundation, which is so voluntarily, and there is no, let's say, no money involved for in commercial process. But why I chose Uzbekistan and Asterium itself, because they are not only trying to be a commercial organization, but they're trying to position themselves as a educational hub, like to not to push their products to the user, but to tell the user about the product, to be well aware of the scams that are going on in the country and all over the world. Because if you are new to using crypto assets, you are new to the scams too. So we are protecting them. We're building our community. We're doing offline sessions, educational free offline sessions. And to be honest, today was a very interesting thing happened. One of my colleagues wanted to send money to France to her friend, and she was like, "Can we send it in some way?" I said, "Let's crypto. Why not? We're in a crypto field. We're working." And she said, "Oh, my friend cannot open." A Russian friend who is in France cannot open a wallet, crypto wallet, to send the money. I said, we will help her to onboard her. Imagine from Uzbekistan, we are pushing forward, let's say, let's do crypto, and somebody who is from Russia and in France is new to it. So it was very interesting for me, like the dime has changed to the other part, and we were the ones who are offering a new solution, crypto solution, and somebody who is in Europe and from Russia is new to this. So it was a very interesting fact for me. It just happened today.
I'm just curious because a lot of people in the crypto world, they're like, it's classed as kind of a gambling. They're making bets. They're using multiples, have stop loss on the thing. And because it's a Muslim country, I think they're gambling. I mean, I've done a show on My Awakening. I'm totally against gambling because I think it destroys people's lives and the knock-on effect with families and everything.
No gambling here.
Excellent.
No, legal. No gambling is not legal itself because, and gambling is not legal in Uzbekistan. We're going to have trades when we have our centralized exchange trading system, but it's not it's not our final point. Let's say it's not the one. It's just trading because people, they like to trade. When they are using cryptocurrency, 80% of my community are traders, 20% tech people. So we have to have this product in order to show that we can do this. But we are concentrating on other stuff. We're not going to be. I don't want to mention any of the top tier exchanges that are like just working on futures, right? It's trading. I'm not going to mention that. We are not doing this. We are doing something that is new. We're not here to earn money on the population of Uzbekistan, the end user. We're here to make it easier for them to use their financial to use their financial freedom. Yes.
So if, just say I've never understood it, never done anything, I go in, I sign up. What's the whole process? Do I get a card? Do I get a wallet? How do I go about everything?
Yeah. So the fun fact is that we're sitting in a big office, and our first floor is a crypto shop, a physical crypto shop where you can come and you don't know anything about crypto. You can buy cryptocurrency, open a wallet, register, learn about it, how to register, why you need this, drink coffee, to talk to our professionals, to be onboarded, to ask your questions, to open a wallet, to order a crypto card maybe in the end. And this is very nice that we're seeing our end user not only on the digital space but also face to face, and it's been very interesting. We're planning to open a new big physical shop because just one is not enough already, of course. And we're planning to have a couple of franchises in the regions as well. So we started from the capital city, Tashkent, and we're going to build franchises and more and more offices in the region as well. So
And the long-term goal, will we find one in each country that we can, and big cities that we can actually be able to do that? Because I mean, for mass adoption, it's great going in and checking online, but I think people have a trust issue. And as you say, go in, have a coffee. Like I remember when I was being shown out to do that, somebody had to come that was, doing crypto for ages and showed me how to use the ledger. I kind of was like afraid of it. I mean, I read books on it and it was like, meh. So when people can just come in eyeball to eyeball, it's a lot easier. Is that something that is in the long-term goal, and will it be allowed? Because everybody's trying to hold their own.
I hope so. I hope so. It's going to be our long-term goal. You mentioned ledger. Let's say we are not only trying to onboard people, we are trying to educate them how to use cold wallets as well. So one of our VIP presents for New Year will have a cold wallet ledger in it. So we're thinking to help people to onboard on any kind of crypto products. The ones that we don't have still, we don't have a cold wallet. We don't produce a cold wallet. We want our users to know what's cold wallet too. So yeah.
Excellent. And I mean, you mentioned kind of the learning platform on the website. Is it something? Because I mean, if we're looking for kind of mass adoption, is this something that they go in and it's like an online course that you can just simplify everything and it'll be broken down, or what exactly is included there?
It is on the way. Our Web3 Academy is still launching. We have signed a memorandum with one of the Armenian academies to launch a free online and offline course of Web3 technologies. Our Web3 Academy is like, let's say, 2 weeks away. So we're going to have our first branch of students in mid-December. So because we don't have any professionals, not from outside of our company, let's say at least no professionals who has done Web3, who had taught Web3. So we are planning to partner up with other universities, with international universities, to have educational hubs for students there. And our own academy is launching in December. So yes, there will be free courses, blogs, and YouTube lessons as well. The content is still boiling. It's building. Like you can already smell it. It's almost coming. So yes.
Oh, excellent. I mean, it sounds very interesting. I like what you're doing. Is there anything else that we haven't covered that you'd like to mention?
I don't know. I would just like, I would be very proud if people who are listening to this podcast just gave a chance to Uzbekistan as a growing hub. Like, if you want to learn more, just leave us a message. We would love to see more and more partners visiting this region, trying to connect Central Asia to the rest of the world. We're very open to any kind of cooperations. And I'm hoping to hear more from different parts of the world who are interested in stepping to Central Asia in the matter of Web3 projects, crypto assets. So let's connect. Let's talk about it. Let's see how we can do the mass adoption.
Excellent.
Yeah,
So, yeah, I mean, I think this is something that's going to just keep evolving. So as it develops, we'll stay in contact. We'll get you back as there's kind of new levels happening on this. But you might let the listeners know where they can find you.
They can find us in any social media. I think we will have the links down in the description. It's asterium.uz, Asterium Wallet in Instagram, Asterium in LinkedIn, and my own personal. I'm known as, let's say, Meta Ghambaryan Web3. If you write, you will see on Google. You will see all the contacts.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, I'll make sure. As you mentioned, they'll be in both the audio and the video. Thank you very much, Meta.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. I didn't see how the time passed. Thank you.
That's all for the Crypto Podcast. You'll find all our episodes on thecryptopodcast.org. As mentioned, you find everything about me. Scan the QR code, go to roycollin.com. If you're looking to start a podcast or want to do a podcast tour, help with that. If you're looking for virtual assistance, go to va.world. Sure to give thumbs up, 5-star rating, share with your friends. Until next week, take care.